Hello, in this video I have very important message to tell. In automation, especially industrial automation field, always there are fresher or newcomer or who just want to switch the field from other industries to industrial automation field. They become kind of confused what software to choose and what programming language to learn and which company is best compared to other uh, company. So in this document we will try to find out and compare between different versions of software. For example, the recently Codesys, Codesys became very popular because they obliged or they are fully compliant with IEC61131-3 that is the part of PLC program structure is defined in the international committee. Similarly, TwinCAT also inherits a lot of features from Codesys as well. TwinCAT of Beckhoff. RS Logics of Rockwell and Step 7 of Siemens. Step 7 is a package within TIA portal that Siemens launched a few years back. And PLCopen is another open PLC or PLC open. I have to sorry, let's check that one. Is it PLC open or open PLC? I'm a bit confused right now. Oh, PLC open. This is the PLC open. Okay, anyway, PLCopen is independent company that actually take care of more or less the IEC standard that is defining the PLC and control system and its programming software uh, things, and they are fully compliant with that requirement, the standard requirement. They they are helping other companies to be compliant with that standard. So it's kind of certifying or organization in industrial automation fields. LabVIEW is it was a different kind of software, but recently in last few years actually it catch up with a lot of industries and also catering the PLC industrial automation programming sector as well. So ISA graph is one of those that is similar to the PLC Open. Recently, it was you know bought by Rockwell Automation. Now it is manufacturing and delivering by Rockwell Automation. It's a very good software. It's a graph page. And other few software IDE, the integrated development environment. I will go through this document. Hopefully will find it beneficial. Sorry for the background noise that you will hear in my code because I'm recording it from my home, and the home is have family, there is family and kids and so on. So if you are coming from the IT background who know kind of VB, C++, web programming language like HTML or PHP, JavaScript. There are some defined structure and functions and so on and so forth. Those programming languages are called high-level language, are especially for IT world. IT world and this industrial automation world is different. There are there are links between these two industries, but they are actually different. The IT world helped produce the industrial automation industry, But industrial automation field needs more, safe and easy to do programming language. In industry, a lot of things goes inside manufacturing and process industry, where engineers has to look into the program and find fault during very difficult time, and so they need something very quick to understand and find and troubleshoot the problem immediately or as soon as possible. And also from one engineer, other engineers should take over the whole project, or maybe in after decades, engineers should be able to learn and learn the existing old project and the logic. For that reason, industrial automation field, especially for the PLC programming, engineers need very simple to understand and easy to debug kind of programming language. For that, last few decades, actually around 20 years, I hope so, the ladder logic became very famous and very popular among the engineers in industrial automation field. FBD is also quite popular, but ladder is the most used PLC programming language. Then there are structured language, which is kind of C language, structure used for especially complex algorithm, and then text, instruction text, instruction list. Different company name them different. Then there is SFC, sequence flowchart, and then CFC, continuous flowchart. So there are actually major 6 languages in IEC61131-3. They define 5 languages, major 5 languages for PLC automation. I have gone through this part, and now I would go through this table, this table, and one more thing. Every PLC manufacturer, uh, they have their own IDE. IDE is the Integrated Development Environment. It's a kind of tool software which used to program PLC, upload the program, and download the program, modify the program, add, debug, and all those things is done through this IDE. It's a tool to do the programming for the PLC. So each PLC manufacturer has their own PLC programming tool or IDE. But in the market there are few companies. They are actually going ahead with the standard of 61131-3 standard and making their software kind of hardware independent or vendor in PLC independent. Kind of they can use you can use that software to program multiple PLCs. You can program Rockwell PLC, you can program Siemens PLC, you can program Beckhoff PLCs and Schneider PLC, and so on. So for that, actually, this company has to collaborate with the PLC manufacturer and come up with the kind of code that will work for the manufacturer's PLC. So this Codesys is one of the company that has software name is the Codesys, and the Codesys can produce the code that directly can be downloaded into multiple PLCs. And that's interesting because it reduces the burden on vendor who uses multiple PLCs and supply the OEM machines or so on and so forth. So that company can use one software and program multiple PLCs. But there are more stories to it. We'll come to it later. Now, in this table, I have listed few major company as per the market share. The Siemens is the top most automation player, which has Siemens S7 brand of PLC, and the TIA portal is the name of the IDE. The major PLC series is S7300, S7400, S71200, and S71500. There is world series also S7200. I have not named it here because for them that series different IDEs there. Okay, the Rockwell automation, which is having market share of 20, almost 22%, and mostly it is known as the Alan Bradley PLC series is compact logic series, control logics and micro logics, or SLC series. Now they have two major IDE for the programming. RS Logics is used for micro logics and SLC, and Studio 5000 used for higher end compact logics and control logics PLCs. So series, you have micrologic series 1000, 1200, there is 1400 as well, and then 1500. And then SLC is there as well, and of course we have compact logics and control logics. Sorry. And number three team player in the automation industrial automation field is uh, Mitsubishi. Sorry. Mitsubishi PLC has ID named GX Developer, and it has a series like FX 3S, FX3U, FX3Z, and Nasdaq. So this is top three player in the industrial automation field. Now, uh, the fourth and fifth is Snyder, which has a little over 5%, but below 10% market share. Schneider has a major brand name Modicon, and the latest ID EcoStructure, and then Control Export PL7, etc. And they have multiple series M100, 200, Zilio, that micro nano PLC, Modicon M221, 241, 251, 262, 258, and Quantum series. And then Omron, which has market share 6.6, it has series name CSCJCP, and it has developer the tool CX programmer. So Mitsubishi it has a GX developer, and Omron has a CX programmer. And then I have prepared another table which is popular also in the market, like ABB, Beckhoff, B&R, 3S Software, which is actually company behind Codesys software, Wego, and Bose Rexroth. So this 6 PLC is also popular in different field, but not leader in PLC market. Maybe in PLC market in different industry, like industrial control and embedded PC. TwinCat is very popular. Beckhoff company is quite leader in this field. Now, Automation Builder is the IDE programming tool from ABB, which can be used to program SC500 series of PLCs. Beckhoff TwinCat is used. It has major two versions, TwinCat 2 and TwinCat 3. TwinCat actually is a product of you can say Codesys. A lot of similarities are there. So and then Beckhoff took on their own, and now they are doing it good. I mean, it's well. Then it has series like CX 5000, 7000, 8000, and 9000. BNR, it has ID Automation Studio, latest version is 4. It has series X20 and 920. 3S software is Codesys and it can be used to program multiple PLCs. Wago, it has ID e-cockpit and controllers based on Codesys. So a lot of similarity you can find in e-cockpit ID with the Codesys version 3. Then IO module version is 750 and 753. Okay, both Rexroth also using Indralogic, which is also the product from Codesys. So there is also similarity. Now, Codesys is popular because of that one particular reason. It is compliant with the IEC61131, as well as is a multi PLC vendor, like a platform independent programming software. So this two reason is enough for it to become a very popular in different industries. So it supports 5 programming languages and it has more than I think 250 companies listed their product in courses. So it supports more than 400 device programmable using courses. That's too many. Okay, programming languages for PLCs as per IEC61131 that I'm repeating again and again. It is a standard for industrial automation, especially for PLC control logics, programming, and the software part. So it has listed 5 programming languages: instruction list programming, structured text, function block programming, ladder logic programming, sequential function chart. Now remember, in Siemens you may have all these five programming languages supported by their software, but inside their model you will notice they have different name. Instruction list named as STL. Similarly, um, for sequential function chart, okay, that is also named as sequential function chart. But structure text is not structure text in TI model. So we will come to that what they call in their software. TwinCat supports all of these 5 programming languages, and advantage of TwinCat and Codesys is that some of the code they can run in both tool. Like if you write a code in TwinCat, that code can be exported and imported back into Codesys software, and vice versa, except that's a hardware part. Now Wago has developed automation software eCockpit, and this is also based on Codesys version 3. Interesting, it has 6 programming support, and both Rexroth has ID Intralogic, which is ILC series of PLC, can be programmed using this ID, and it is also based on Codesys software. Another important thing is PLCopen. You will hear this again and again. PLCopen is a certifying organization. It's independent, founded in 1992, and now is actually providing support to many companies in the industrial automation field. They provide 3 kind of certification, and their whole business is around IEC 61131-3 compliant programming system. So this is the graph I have took from their website. It's like PLCopen is the organization which approves some of the laboratory around the world, which actually uses the vendor devices, test them, collaborate with them with the features of PLC that is required and the software features, whether it is compliant with this standard, and then they submit the report to PLCopen. And PLCopen judge that report and whether to retest or certify the organization. This is the website, you can visit for more information. They have information in their website, some of the company that are certified using that PLCopen standard, and their standard is actually that IEC61131 standard. So you can see LD, FBD, some of the programming languages are certified for safety certification. This is certification, so they have three categories here. So certification, logic certification, which is a programming part, motion control is for motion control certification, and the safety certification is for PLC, of course, but it's a safety PLC and it's programming. So ST, FBD, and LD is mentioned here, and here is the level of certification. And then one more list is there. I have mentioned only three. There is a long list. Logic certification, CL and RL is something I have. CL is for conformity level, reusability level is RL. So CL and RL, how many are certified? You see, Copa Data is a company which has a product Straton, and it is the structured text is certified with this two level. Base level is certified. Codesys is certified for base level. This is structured text, instruction list, and this is FBD. So and so forth. There are many lists. You can go to the website PLCopen and plcopen.org, and you can go through the details whether your organization, company, or the company you are working with, they are certified with this PLC open. When you're buying some product or industrial automation product ID or PLC, you can always check with their website whether that company, that product is certified or not. Then IEC61131, again, this is, I'm repeating again, it has a 5 languages listed under this standard. Structures, basically structure and how it interfaces with hardware and so on and so forth. Those standard and the latest is 2003, it is updated. IEC is International Electrotechnical Commission. So far actually I came up with the bottom, top to bottom. Top, I have gone through the overview, and then this is the list. Maybe the last thing I'm telling what is IEC. You might have already know understanding of IEC. So now IEC is a standard which has this standard for PLC controls programming software, and few company they actually base their whole organization focus on this standard, and they certify other companies. And now there are big companies, Siemens, Rockwell, and IBS, such as they actually directly try to implement this standard, even though these are not fully compliant with this IEC 61131, but partially compliant. They try to get certification testing with the help of third-party organization or through themselves. Now, Codesys is an organization which again certified by PLCopen. For this certification, we are also such company, and then few company which are actually bases their software as per the Codesys. So as a third level, that is implementing the IEC 61131. So this is the hierarchy, one of the hierarchy, how the software compliance is derived. Now PLCopen has focus on this standard, They are certifying other companies. This is the simplest chart I have prepared. The next is ISAGRAPH. ISAGRAPH is a soft logic package. It's a PLC-like software running on Windows. So we have controller. That controller is having a Windows operating system, or recently it might have a Linux or any other operating system. But ISAGRAPH is actually operating system independent software. That's interesting, and it has a support of 6 programming languages. Recently, it is under Rockwell Automation. Now they take care of this production. Interestingly, it has a certification for DCS also. So ISAGRAPH's force PLC certification as well as DCS IEC61131 support as well. It's a distributed programming. So basically is a graph developed by some other company and then finally took by ICS Triplex is a graph, and then ICS Triplex is taken over by Rockwell Automation. So now the name is only Isagraph. Previously, Isagraph Workbench was implemented by many other companies like ICT DAS and other companies as well as the Schneider Electric also developed their SCADA packed workbench, another tool IDE, which has a base code is a graph 3.55. So this is one of the chart important to understand how is a graph is grown from where it is derived and which other company uses similar software IDE. LabVIEW is a laboratory virtual instrument engineering workbench. Is commonly used for data acquisition, instrument control, and industrial automation on different operating systems. So it has software that you can run on OS operating system as well, Mac Mac computer, in Windows as well. It's a very popular in US. MATLAB is a little bit different. It has a different language support like C, C++, Java, and Python. LabVIEW has a language which is a little bit graphical. It's different compared to industrial automation programming language like what we have mentioned in this list. So far, we have gone through this small document. We will start training program on PLC programming. Uh, I have a list placed in Facebook. A form is being filled by many attendee who want to be participated in this training program. They want to learn PLC programming. Some want TI portal or some Rockwell automation or this logics. The percentage that I see is more on Siemens side, so I will start with the Siemens TI portal program.